Sahana vavatu, Sahano bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karvavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannabadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavitvaram. Om Namah Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. So, today we will start with 44, but the introduction sloka of 44 is 43. Dusanga Sarvatha Eva Tyajyaha. 43 Sutra is saying, Dusangaha Sarvatha Eva Tyajyaha. We should discard the unholy companion. We should discard in our spiritual life. Now the question may come, what is holy and what is unholy? That sort of question, very often it is asked. When any acharya tells that take the path of truth, then a lot of people ask that it is very relative. What is truth and what is untruth? So here, holy company or something else, no need to judge any others that who are holy and who are not, who are unholy. Here, it is to be understood in such way that I am a spiritual seeker. I am a sadhaka. And my only aim is to do spiritual practices. It is my only motto I have fixed. I am a sadhaka. That's it. So in the path of my spiritual practice, which will be conducive, that will be considered as holy. And which is non-conducive, which always pulls me away from the path of love, supreme love, path of spirituality, which always creates some obstacles and hindrances, we should reject it as poison. There is one famous bhajan of Mirabai. Ram naam ras pije manova, Ram naam ras pije. Ram naam ras pije manova, Ram naam ras pije. तज कुसंग सतसंग बैठे, तज कुसंग सतसंग बैठे, नित हरि चरणा सुन लीजे, राम नाम रस पीजे मनवा, राम नाम रस पीजे। मेरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, ताहि के रंग में भीजे मनवा, ताहि के रंग में भीजे, राम नाम रस पीजे मनवा, राम नाम रस पीजे, राम नाम रस पीजे मनवा. Oh, my dear human being, dear devotees, dear lovers, if you really want to be blissful, then drink. Because why people have drinking habit, They want to be away from the hardcore situation of the real condition. So after drinking some intoxicating element, some neurological functions happens where our mind doesn't care about the real situation, and it takes it to a dreamland where apparently there is no sorrow. But this is a temporary state of mind. That is why every day people has to stand in the queue. But Ram Nam Rasa is the nectar. One drop of nectar can assure the blissfulness, the peacefulness, the tranquility, the everlasting happiness forever. But how it will come? Tyaja kusanga satasanga vaite. Then you have to discard kusanga, who are not equal in your mindset, who are not love the path of what you want. Reject them. Satsanga Vaito. Always sit in the holy discourses or mingle up with those people who are the lover of your lover. That is the beauty of that path. Nita Hari Charana Sunilije. Always, always, always keep your mind soaked into the supreme love of Lord Hari. It's like marination. So, Dussanga Sarvatha Eva Tyajyaha 43 Sutra. But why the more explanation is given in Sutra number 44. Sutra 44 says, Kama Krodha Moha Smriti Bhramsha Buddhi Nasha Sarvanasha Karanatvat. It's a one word. I will split it and I will explain it all the word. But the sutra is like that. Kama Krodha Moha Smriti Bhramsha Buddhi Nasha Sarvanasha Karanatvat. Kama Krodha Moha Smriti Bhramsha Buddhinasha Sarvanasha Karanatvat. Kam means desire, lustful desire or any desire. Krodha, for the Indians it should not be translated. Anger, krodha, moha, delusion, mental delusion, out of being mesmerized with the thing, with the wrong thing actually. Because if anyone is intoxicated with the nectar of Bhagavan, he should not be called as mohagrast. So here moha shabda word is meaning delusion is used for negative sense. Means mithya mugdhata, mesmerized falsely with the falsehood or being in the state of falsity. That is the actual translation. Smriti Bhramsha, Ishwar ka Vismaran, not remembering the aim of my life, not remembering my intrinsic nature, not remembering about who am I, or in the physical land that I have a glory of my family. My parents are like that. I'm associated with this nation, this Chinmaya family, that holy family. Always remembering that, then not a single mistakes will be conducted by me which is not conducive in my path. So Ramakrishna is telling who is Manush, who is a human being, who is having hush of his mana, who is always aware, who never forgets that who am I? He is the actual human being. Buddhi nasha, scarcity or abhava of right discriminating power, ability, faculty. Sarvanasha, complete destruction. Karanatvat are the cause. That is why asatsanga or unholy company or the company which is non-conducive of my path should be discarded. Why? Whenever we will mingle up, we will hang out with those persons who are not according to my mindset, in the way I walk, or I'm trying to discipline my mind to walk in this path by the guidance of mind, acharya, teacher, and shastra. If any person is completely against of that, in our mind, kamana, vasana, all sorts of desires starts arising. That is why our Shastra has always told to discard this asatsanga, unholy company. Then Sutra 45, 45. Tarangaita api me sangat samudrayante Tarangaita api me sangat samudrayante Tarangaita api. At first, when in our mind any kamana, any desire comes, it remains in a very subtle form. And we don't care about it. That sort of thing. You know, we allow our children also. If they commit any mistake, then we say, Are, why are you scolding for this sort of, small mistakes? Likewise, in our mind, non-conducive desire comes in a very small wave, taranga, tarangaita api, means it appears as a very small form of waves. Ime, all those desires. Ime here means all those desires. Here ime is sarvanam. But sarvanam is always used for the noun. So here which noun has been indicated? Now all our non-conducive desires has been indicated by that sarvanama or pronoun ime. Sangat, out of company of unholy companion. Samudrayante, that small waves makes a big ocean. जैसे बूंद बूंद करके समुंदर बनता है. In Bengali it is told बिंदु बिंदु करे सिंधु तैरी হয়. The river Sindhu was made out of drops after drops water. Now it's a gigantic river. So likewise, if we don't restrict from the beginning of any non-conducive desires, it may become a desires of ocean in our life. We all know about it. Ask yourself that so many desires we are having. And if we start cross-checking, then this is a small desire. This is not. So this is our self-supporting. So the thing is, in the unholy company, because our mind is like water, which is always downflowing. Our mind is always downflowing like water. And that water if there is the scorching heat of sun, that water gets evaporated, forms cloud, and raindrops come. Likewise, if there is the scorching heat, means the symbol or the sign of discipline, self-discipline, penance, guidance, all such things, our mind gets pulled up. And that is why it is told that we should discard unholy company if we want to walk in this holy path. Now, I want to discuss some real problem in this way, in this path. That in Bible it is there that if you want to hate the sins, not the sinner. Hate the sins, not the sinner. पाप को घृणा कर सकते हो लेकिन पापियों की नहीं. Yes, for a humanity background, for a humanity sense, it is verily true, maybe. But for a spiritual practitioner who are serious sadhaka, they should not follow this path. For them, in Vachanamrit it is there that whenever you know that some person is wrong and intoxicated and all those things, tell them pranam from a distance and avoid it. Everywhere, in each and every creature, there is the expression of Lord Narayana. But we can't embrace the wild tiger. It should be seen from a distance. In transactional world, we have some rules and regulations. That is why all such scriptures. So, in our real life, we sometimes tell, let them be like a sadhu. If our friend is like that, if I don't take his asadhutva, unholiness or nuisance, what is the problem? How should I discard my friend? Out of some mistakes he has done, he has committed something else or she has committed something like that. But really it is told that for a serious sadhaka, serious spiritual seeker, it should be discarded. You know, like holy discourses, satsang, every day's satsang lifts up our mind. That is why that morning classes have been introduced, that if our morning starts with those thinking process, with those holy discussions, its waves can be radiated throughout the day. Again, after a nice sleep, again day will be started with the holy discourses. Because everything has an effect, either it is good or bad. You know the very famous sloka everyone knows, I think they will utter by their own. That second chapter, 62 sloka, dhyayato vishayan pungsaha sangat sesu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamah kramah kamat krodho abhijayate क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. The sutra number 44 is the replica of that sloka, two slokas. Sutra number 44 is saying Kama, Krodha, Moha, Smriti, Bhramsha, Buddhi, Nasha, Sarvanasha, Karanatva. And here Bhagavan is telling Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodha Vijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Sammohat Smriti Viphramaha Smriti Bhramsha Buddhinasha Buddhinashat Pranashyati. It's a chain. Whenever we will be with the company of unholy person who are always merged into the world of pleasure, sense pleasure, which is who doesn't believe in God or whose belief in God only depends on going to church or mosque or temple, who who has no value of this spiritual disciplined life, who has no idea how much a spiritual seeker struggle to pull up his mind from the world of the pleasure to direct their mind to the path of Lord. If we don't discard their sangha, our downfallen mind slowly get merged into that. I have never heard that any mother gives her baby wine out of milk instead of milk. Yet how we get that big intoxicators? Because they come into that company who used to take all those things. And first day they tell, oh, so bad smell, how you are taking, how you are drinking. And they force them, अरे भाई थोड़ा सा तो पी कर देखो. And little, I'm just giving example, one thing. In every case it happens. We start with a small thing. Even a palace started with a brick. So if we don't discard the holy company, Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha, with whenever we will start mingling up, the same kamana, same desires will start arising in our mind. And kamat krodha vijayate, whenever our desires will not be fulfilled, that is the birthplace of anger. Because the only cause of any sorts of anger, confusion, um, dissatisfaction is not fulfilling our desires. Kodhat bhavati sammoha. From anger, we become deluded. We forget who we are. We are devotee, we are spiritual seeker, we are the member of this holy family. We forget everything else. And we forget our profession. That I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am a lawyer, or I am a social worker, or anything else. Even it is to be discarded for a sadhu also. Because when in the transactional world sadhu is remaining, the same rules will be applicable for him also. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. Sammohat smriti vibhrama. We forget everything else. Smriti bhramsat buddhi nasha. We forget. We lose our discriminating power. What is real and unreal. And buddhi nashat pranashyati. When discriminating power goes from our mind, we are finished. In two legs, we are animal only. Because our Veda says, Janmana Jayati Sudraha. Means whenever we get birth, we from the born, from our very young age, we are Pashutulya. We have no sense, we have no vichara. We have the same attacking power, same instinctual nature we are having. What is the Narayana is expressing everywhere. Tree has no say. Animal is little developed than the trees, but it is instinctual and it goes with the impulses. So it has some attacking nature that if anyone, anything else, I will attack it. And animal means a lot of selfishness. That is why in case of, yes, we get a lot of videos of compassion of animals, but what the actual nature, if the mother animal is hungry, she never hesitates to eat her up kids. So, Janmana Jayate Sudra, our basic nature is animal-like. By doing a lot of penance, by the grace of Guru and Ishvara, we try to become human being. धर्म का उद्देश्य वही है जो हमको पशुत्व से मनुष्यत्व तक और मनुष्यत्व से देवत्व तक ले जाते हैं. धर्म or this spiritual path, the impact of spiritual path, why? It guides us, it leads us from animalhood to humanhood and from humanhood to godlyhood. That is the role or purpose of this life. And what is godlyhood? Not showing some miracle. Godlyhood means who looks for others, who sacrifices himself or herself for the others. That nature is called godlyhood. So that is the thing, that yes, we have to be compassionate for the sinner. I don't know whether it is a wrong word or not. Please try to understand my intention, that who are not conducive in our path, we will be compassionate. What about it is needed, we will give them, of course. We should not hate them, but we should not hang up with them. We should not mingle up with them if we are a spiritual seeker. Because Swami Bhuteshanandaji once told that he was a realized soul, you know. He told, मैं साधु कहाँ हुआ, मरते दम तक तो कोशिश ही कर रहा. So it is very difficult to be a real monk, a real good person, real that righteous person. We are all striving according to our limitation and capacity. Once one Buddhist monk who joined in the monastery in a very, very tender age. Once he came to Varanasi. Varanasi, in the bank of Ganga, he was doing meditation. And he saw few fishes are playing. Every day he used to enjoy it. Yes, we all enjoy to see fishes. But you know, when the couple fishes were playing at the age of 80, in his mind, the feeling of marriage came. So it is how dangerous that company of non-conducive thing is, so dangerous in our mind, because you should know who does serious practices of spirituality. Their mind, intellect, everything, their inner thing becomes very delicate, very sukshma, very, very subtle. So anything can catch it. You know, it is very dangerous unless and until it gets realized, it gets the complete knowledge. Each and every sadhaka's Mind is very, very subtle. That is why you will find our famous sadhus, they become angry sometimes very quickly and they come down also very quickly. But why these things? Many aspects are there, but one aspect is so subtle that it catches everything else quickly and starts reacting. So that is why that sutra is very, very important. Uh, Sadhu Savdhan. Sadhu Savdhan, Sadhu Savdhan. Please don't think sadhu means only the roped people. Sadhu means you all who are listening to this class seriously, who are avoiding or sacrificing all household work and coming to this class because in that hope that we will realize God, we will get the holy name or holy feeling inside it, who are spiritual practitioner, they are all sadhu. Sadhu means uttama, the best quality. If you want to maintain your that best mindset, savdhan, be cautious. Number 46, sutra number 46. Kastarati mayam, kastarati mayam, yah sangastyajati, yah sanganstyajati, yo mahanubhavam sevate, yo mahanubhavam sevate, yo nirmamo bhavati, yo nirmamo bhavati. So Bhagavan Narada has used twice this word in the sutras. Kaha mayam tarati, kaha mayam tarati. Kaha means who, mayam means maya ko, tarati crosses over. Who can crosses over the world of this magical world, Maya, जो मोहित करते हैं. Who can cross over this deluding, mesmerizing, transactional world? Yaha Sangan. Yaha, that person. Sangan. Asat Sanga, unholy companion. But here, unholy Sangha, companion means not only the company of unholy people or object. Here, Sangha means attachment, attraction for those non-conducive article, object, people, etc. त्याजति, discards, त्याग करते हैं. यह महानुभवम सेवते, he or she can crosses over, who serve the great people, great men. Mahanubhavam sevate, and who nirmamaha bhavati, जिन्होंने ममता को त्याग दिया. It's not a political comment, okay? Here mamata means mamatva minus. Mamta means minus, I-ness. Yah nirmamo bhavati. So This universe is nothing but the ocean of Maya. Ya ma sa Maya. What is exactly actually not there but appears as real, that is Maya. And this is Maya Samudra, the ocean of Maya. Who can cross over? While living this transactional world, who can cross over? Yaha Sangam Tyajati. Who really has discarded those persons who are not friend, actual friend, who are not supporter or companion of this holy path, who discards, he or she can cross over. Who sevati, who really serve the holy people, holy persons, they can cross over. And who mamata tyagi, nirmamo, ahankar tyagi, who becomes egoless. He is the eligible person to cross over this ocean of Maya. Why it is told? Seva is a very big, has a very big role in this path. Guru Seva, Acharya Seva, Mahatma Seva, Shastra Seva, Bhaja Sevaya. Seva Shabda comes from Bhajan, Bhaja Sevaya. Sev Dhatu also someone tells, I don't know whether it may be right or wrong, but Bhaj Dhatu it is confirmed. So, whenever I'm telling, when physical serving, he is the real teacher who forces his students to do serve to the ashram, to everything else. Because I have lived many Gurukula in my last 23 years. And I know the good effect of that. Never think that Guru then and there will embrace and appreciate, oh, ho, ho, what you have done, what nothing. Guru Seva means always ready for getting scolding. Always. And his blessings come in that way. And after a long run, whenever you will be matured, then really will miss it. One old monk, real old monk, one old monk once told me, दिवाकर, अगर तुम्हारे जिंदगी में कभी तुम्हें शासन करने का कोई नहीं रहेगा, उस दिन अपने को दुर्भागा समझना. If really not there in your life who will guide you, who will rule you, who will scold you, really on that day you have become unfortunate, you consider yourself unfortunate on that day. I feel, I don't know whoever else feel that situation. Guru's scolding, Acharya's scolding, because he has no selfishness. He is the Acharya who achinoti sastranam, who not only preaches, who live that life. He has right, and that right we give. We have to pranam. का अर्थ यही है. Pranam means I am surrendering to you. I am wholly available to you. I am giving all rights to rule over me, to rule over my life. That is the actual meaning of namaste, namahate. I am bowing down to you. I'm completely available to you. I'm surrendering to you. If I can't do surrender, there is no value of that verbal namaste and all those things. And who has completely surrendered, there is no requirement of physical namaskara. Because when in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna did namaskar or bow down to all elders, not getting down from the chariot and then starting doing prostrating. He started throwing arrows on their feet. So not only prostrating means namaste. Namaste means some attitude, mental attitude that I am available to you. Please guide me as you want. I'm surrendering my whole life to you. For that you need a faith. That is why it is telling Yaha Mahanubhavam Sevate. And that Guru teaches us, not only teaches, makes us understand Nirmamo Bhavati. In this whole world, nobody else is yours. Not even your this very beloved body whom you care for hours after hours, for what you spend a lot of money to maintain this equipment, that is also not yours. So what about the whole world which is actually related with this body? Who can abide this knowledge, they can cross over this world. Sutra 47. Yo viviktasthanam sevate, yo viviktasthanam sevate, yo lokavandham, lokavandham unmulayati, unmulayati, nistraigunyo bhavati, nistraigunyo bhavati, yogakshemam tyajati. Yo yaha viviktasthanam sevate, yaha loka bandham unmulayati, nistraigunyaha bhavati, yogakshemam tyajati. Yaha, who, he or she, viviktasthanam sevate, stays in a solitude place. In my regular morning class and even here also I have, I think, remember that we have to stay in a solitude place once a day. Every day once at least. It may be for half an hour. No mobile phone, no social connection, no connection with the family people. They will be habituated. They may criticize you, they may revolt, but they will accept it. I know that. I maintain it. If you can't at least once in 2 days, once in 3 days, once in a week, once in a month, or once in a year, you have to be in the solitude place. Otherwise, how will you think? How we will discriminate? And completely alone without feeling loneliness. That is also another condition. Yaha vivikta sthanam sevate, यह लोकबंधम उन्मूलयति, who has discarded all the lokabandhanam, all the worldly connections, who has cut off. It is a very strict sutra. And yoga kshemam tyajati, who is not caring, not afraid of what will happen tomorrow, how I will survive, who never thinks. It is not, don't think that Narada is extreme in that point. Even in Bhagavad Gita, in two places, this Vivikta Sabda word we get. In 13th chapter, 10th sloka, there Bhagavan is saying, Maicha ananya yogena bhaktihi avyavhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsati. 13.10. Even in sloka 18th chapter, if you go to 52 sloka, 52, then you will find there is the same thing. Vivikta sevi lagvasi yatava kaya manasah dhyana yoga paro nityam vairagyam samupasritaha. Bhagavan is telling in very compassionately that if you really have chosen this path, you have to be alone. You have to think alone. You have to live a different sorts of lifestyle. I will not explain more, then I can't finish up the text. Sutra 48. Yaha karma phalam tyajati, yaha karma phalam tyajati, karmani sanyasyati, karmani sanyasyati, tato nirdvandvo bhavati, tato nidvandvo bhavati. Yaha, who, he or she, karma phalam tyajati, rejects, refuses, discards the fruit of the action conducted by him or her. Karmani sanyasyati, who refuses all actions also. Tataha nirdvandvo bhavati. Tataha nirdvandvo bhavati. And he becomes confusionless. We have the habit, we become very oftenly confused. What is the source of confusion? We never go into that. And some people I know who are very proud to tell about their confusion mind, that it is their pride that this is my nature. What can I do? They are not striving to discard it from that, to be discarded from that. They are proud of that. This sutra is not for them. This sutra is for them who may have the confusing nature, reacting nature, sentimental nature, or something else. At the same time, who is really striving, who has really understood that it gives me trouble, it makes me unhappy. How to get rid of that? For that, karma phala tyaga. That is actual naiskarmya. That is actual karma yoga has mentioned in that sutra. What is karma yoga? Karma yoga never tells us that don't do any karma, don't do any work. Karma yoga is not the act, naishkarmya, actionlessness is not the symbol of laziness or lethargy or tamagun ka prakash nahi hai. Naishkarma is the symbol of a lot of work, but without claiming the ownership of the work, doership of the work, enjoyership of the result of the work. Because we always want to claim the ownership. I have done. You are seeing this palace? I have made. What about you are seeing all the prosperity? It was not there 30 years back. Inch after inch, I have sacrificed myself. Yes, it is true. But our path is telling to discard this ownership feeling. Because ownership feeling, enjoyership feeling, and unhappiness are the both side of a coin. You can't tell that I will take one side of a coin. So sarva karma phalatyagi sannyasi. I told you another time also, not me. I just narrated what our acharyas told. Some Acharya Shankaracharya ji, Bhagavan Narada is telling the same thing. You have to be sannyasi, you have to be sannyasi, you have to be sannyasi. Maybe you are married. Maybe you are having a lot of children. Sannyas is a mental state of mind. Sannyas doesn't mean wearing this robe. Sannyas is a special kind of mental attitude. That attitude we must have to have. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Sutra 49. Yo Vedan api sanyasyati kevalam avichinna anuragam labhate. Yo Vedanam api sanyasyati kevalam avichinna anuragam labhate. For him who is sannyasi, for him no rules, no Veda is applicable. Veda has not preached for sannyasis. Veda has been preached for grihasthis or brahmachari. Veda is not preached for sannyasi. Sannyasi is out of everything else. And who is the real sannyasi? For him, no rituals that you have in the morning, you have to do that, in the evening, you have to do that, all such things, no. And who is always merged, yo vedanams api sannyasati, who has discarded, not discarded, dropped out. Vedas rituals have dropped out automatically without effort. From whom? Who are kevalam avichinna anuragam labhate. How it possible? Who has gained that uninterrupted wave of love and compassion for the Supreme Being. He or she can cross over this ocean of Maya. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavanti kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasya shalini desho yam shobharahitah Brahmana santu nirbhayaha. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayaha. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Om asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma mritam gamaya. Om Avir Avirmayedhi. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Avasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hope you are all okay. Hari Om to everyone.
Hari Om, Hari
Hari
Om,
Om,
Swami.
Swamiji.
I hope
Hari
you
Om, Hari
can
Om,
understand the
Hari
class.
Om.
If you have any question or anything else, you can ask. I am trying my level best, what I have heard from my acharyas, what I have understood from my studies and spiritual practices, that I am trying to express.
Thank you, Swamiji.
We will meet again tomorrow at the same time. Wish you a very happy day, holy day, or spiritual day.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Hari
Thank you.